Hi, welcome. Welcome to BLG 567. Welcome to yet another unprecedented semester. But most of all, welcome to the study of home. That's what the Greek term behind the word ecology mean. Ecology is the study of home. So welcome to this course. Welcome to learning all about your home. My name is Dr. Leslie Campbell. If we haven't already met, I'm so looking forward to meeting you this semester. Please reach out. Please come to my office hours. We'll talk about that in a second, but welcome. I'm so excited that you're here. All right, let's go to the next slide. Okay, so maybe you took botany with me last year and you're like, oh yeah, I'm totally understanding what she did last year. I know what we're going to do this year. No, I'm switching it up a little bit. So for ecology, we're going to have your home-based work. So you're going to listen to lectures. Those lectures are going to be offered asynchronously because, heck, we are all over the plate this semester, and there's no need to do it at a particular time for any of us. So you're going to have your own home-based work to do. Those home-based works are going to include watching the videos, doing some assignments, and reading the textbook or other pieces of literature. You're also going to have practice to make sure that you really understood what we presented in the lectures in the textbook. And that practice activity is going to be quizzes or assignments, computer-based assignments. We're not doing, there's no lab associated with ecology, so we're not doing practical activities in this class. But I do encourage you to get outside as much as possible to enjoy this home of ours. And then finally, I'm offering office hours. So the office hours are going to be during our first class hour on Mondays. Since everyone is theoretically available, I scheduled it there. I know that many of you will be working at that time or caregiving or whatever. And so feel free to ask if we can accommodate another hour. Recognize that this is a pretty wild semester for all of us. And I'm also going to see what happens in the semester. We may end up doing something a little bit more casual, but for right now, I'm going to offer office hours through Google Meet, and you can just reach out to me by email. I try my very best to get back to people on email, but it does get a little overwhelming. Last year, I received 66,000 emails, and I sent 23,000 emails. Those were all the necessary ones. This is not including the spam in my spam notebook or promotions. That's 66,000 is my job. So I do my very best, but yes, it does get overwhelming sometimes. So if I miss your email, just email me again. Okay? All right, let's do the next slide. All right, so this semester, the teaching team is small compared to botany because we don't have labs. And so for this semester, there will be me and there will be a TA that will be grading some stuff. I'm naming them mystery TA because I literally haven't hired them yet, but there will be somebody. I will provide contact information with them once we've hired them, okay? All right, behind us, there's a huge amount of support for you on campus. We have a biology program director. Dr. Boston is one of the two biology program directors. There's also Dr. Costin Antonescu. Both are fantastic, and both of them are there to help you get the support that you need. Ms. Dulce Benegas is the departmental assistant who is happy to receive all your information. For instance, if you have an illness or if you need forms, she is definitely the person to connect with. You can use the chembio@ryerson.ca email and you'll get connected with her. There is a wonderful academic accommodations office that is there for every student. Some students need particular accommodations. Some students need coaching. The Academic Accommodations Office offers you help on learning how to take tests well, etc. So reach out to them, even have a look through their website, because you will be surprised at how much support they provide to every student. If you want some one-on-one coaching, there are peer academic coaches, and you can get that contact information. I'll put it back onto this website. There are also math coaches on campus, and while that didn't matter a whole lot to botany students, it actually might matter to ecology students, because we're going to be doing some modeling, some math, some fun stuff. So if you need some support there are coaches that are there to help you with that. And finally, I want to make sure that people on campus understand that there is special support for Black, Indigenous, and people of color. We recognize that you have an extra amount of weight on your shoulders, and we want to make sure that you get all the support you need. So please feel free to reach out to those folks as well. All right, so what do you need in order to succeed in this class? The first thing is you're going to need computer with internet, but given that we're not using synchronous classes, you won't need as solid an internet connection as if you were, you know, listening to live lectures and there was only one option. So remember that that is there for you. I'm trying to make it so that everyone can have access to it. And if you do not have a computer, or if you do not have internet, and I mean, please, I do mean a computer. So if you are working from your cell phone, please reach out to me and I will help you get a computer. The university is lending them on a semester basis, and we want to make sure that you have every support needed in order to succeed in this class. So please reach out to me and I will help organize, get a computer for you. I know that some of you may need to travel. I'm willing to help with that too. We'll figure stuff out. If you need a computer or if you need constant internet access, please reach out and ask us for help. You will also need access to a textbook, and the textbook I've listed in the syllabus document in our D2L website. So have a look there. That textbook is important. It is helpful for understanding the concepts I'm going to be presenting in lecture. So I would recommend that you have that. The other thing that is going to be helpful for you is to have a buddy. I recognize that these are unprecedented times and you are probably not living with someone who is also taking this class. But I encourage you to reach out and find a buddy to work with. If you don't have a buddy, please reach out to me and I can connect people who are looking for buddies to be in this class together. Okay, so feel free to ask for help. All right, now how is this class organized? There are two major modules. There is an essential ecology modules, and then there are specialization lecture modules, and I'll describe both of them in the next couple slides. So the essential ecology modules, there are 9 of them, and they span the first, I guess there are 10 weeks. So the essential ecology will span the weeks 2 through 10, right? So week 1, we're just getting into the class. Weeks 2 through 10, these are the topics we will be tackling. So the first thing we're going to learn about is how does weather and environment happen on Earth? This may not be something you've ever thought about, but how is wind generated? How is rain generated? How is temperature varying across the globe? We're going to learn about that. The second thing we're going to do is get comfortable and engaged with numeric ecology or quantitative ecology. Many of you may have thought that ecology was a soft science, super easy, and really just talking about relationships, and I'm putting my fingers in air quotes there. Turns out we actually quantitatively describe everything on Earth. And math is a fundamental part of ecology. It's really important. So we're going to be diving into numeric ecology in pretty deep ways, and I want to introduce you first in week 3 so that you're really set up for that. The other thing that I want to talk about is indigenous ecology, and I'm going to present some lectures by other people to make it so that you have the opportunity to learn about other ways of knowing about our home. I think there's some really wise lessons to receive there, to hear, and so we're gonna dive into some indigenous ecology in week 4, and then weeks 5 through 10 we're going to be looking at population ecology, community ecology. Community ecology is going to take up weeks 5, 6, and 7, and then actually that's going to be essential objectives 5, 6, and 7, but they're actually weeks 6, 7, 8, and 9. Species diversity is a community level process as well. So we're going to do 4 weeks of community ecology, and then the last week is going to be ecosystem ecology with a bit of global ecology sprinkled in there. So when we're talking about those last 2 weeks of specialization lecture modules, there are going to be 5 topics that are going to be offered to you, and you get to pick 2 of them. Now I'm going to say that there are 5, there may be just 4. It depends on how enthusiastic I am as a lecturer by week 10, but I'm hoping to offer all of these options so that you can pick 2 of those. At the end of each of these lecture modules, including the ones that I just mentioned and these ones, there will be a quiz or an assignment, or a mini quiz and a mini assignment together. So with that, you're going to be tested on a weekly basis. Your comprehension is going to be tested to make sure that you learned something in the previous week. So in this case, the timing is actually going to be important for these modules. During the week 11, you'll submit one of these modules, and then during week 12 you'll have one of these modules offered, but you don't need to submit it until the final exam slot. All right, so as I've said before, I strongly believe that in order to effectively help you succeed in the class, and remember that is my goal, is that everyone does great in this class. To be effective, I believe that assignments and assessments of your learning, of your growing knowledge, has to be frequent, it has to be early, and it has to be formative. So what I've done for this term, which is going to be different than botany, is that each week, except for week 1, you have an assignment or a quiz that you need to complete by the end of that week. So in Ryerson, our weeks start on Friday, and so each Friday a new assignment and lecture series, etc., will become available, and it's due on Thursday at 4 p.m. This is all in your syllabus, and it will of course be reflected in D2L. There are no late assignments. There's no late submissions. It's automatically 0 after 4 p.m. on Thursday. So just wait, and don't freak out yet, okay? I can see the eyebrows going up already. But remember, there are going to be many of them. So that's the other thing that I want you to notice. There are many assessments. I'm giving you them as early as week 2. And you're meant to respond to those assignments, the evaluation of those assignments, and respond with your learning to get better and better. All right, so when we're grading you, there will be 11 possible weekly assignments, right? Of those, only 10 will form your final grade. So if one week you just run out of steam, you need a week off, you don't do well, whatever it is, we're going to drop one of the weekly assignments so that you don't need to be on, in quotes, every single week, but you do need to be on for most weeks. So this means that every weekly assignment, there are 10 of them that will form your grade, and each one is worth 10%. Okay? So 10% is what you gain every week. And so if you got 9 out of 10 on an assignment, you would add 9% to your accumulating final grade. Notice that I have no midterm and no final exam. The assignments are a combination of quizzes or assignments or mini quizzes with mini assignments. All of them are timed so that before you go into an assignment, you will know what you have to do, and you're simply basically submitting it, right? Entering it into the right place, copying and pasting, but you should have completed the assignment beforehand. There are no redos in this case. The test you take is the only one you get to take. So we're not doing the same thing as botany, but there are many of them. So you will have the opportunity to do better and better, and you can drop your worst one. All right? So take that into account, and remember that Thursday at 4 p.m. is when we're going to be submitting our grades. I ended up posting the grade at 4 p.m. because then both your TA and I will actually be awake, and we won't receive these panicked emails in the middle of the night saying, I can't do this, the website's not working. We'll be awake, and so we're putting it at 4 p.m. I want to remind you, you can submit early. If you really are a midnight kind of person, then you can submit on Wednesday at midnight or Wednesday at 3 a.m. Totally fine. But we will not be awake then. So you can submit anytime you want before Thursday. The evaluations are not happening synchronously, so you could submit on Monday morning at 9 a.m. and be done for the rest of the week. Okay? So think about that. I encourage you to schedule some time into your life that then spends that time on ecology, about 3 hours a week for just the lectures, an hour for studying, and then probably an hour for submitting the assessment. All right? The assessments will take less time than that, but you'll want to make sure that you're prepared for it beforehand. All right, with that, I'm going to point you to the syllabus. There is a bunch of information in there that's incredibly important on course procedures. I encourage you to read that very carefully so that you know how this class works. I hope you have a great first week, and I'm looking forward to chatting with you.